Welcome to Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. This is 20 years after I first picked up a Flight Simulator FS 2004, and on today's episode we are going to learn a bit about this new game by doing what we do best, and that's flying heavies, and we're going to be taking Qatar's A330 from Doha to Dubai. See you on the flight deck. Hello guys and welcome to Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. I actually can't believe, who the heck is this guy? Anyway, we are in the Airbus A330-200 by Inner Builds, and we are flying the Qatar Airlines livery. In fact, this is the VIP plane that they use to take their dignitaries and royal family around. And we're going to do a short flight today, a full flight from Doha International to Dubai, because we're actually going to visit our Emirati brothers over there, and we're going to show them our new fancy plane. Now, the aim of today is really just to have a good look around the new Airbus A330, see what it's like to fly around in Microsoft Flight Simulator. This is my first full flight, so you guys are coming along with me and we're going to have some fun. Now, first things first, let's get the cockpit started up. Let's get the external power on, and that comes on beautifully. Batteries 1 and 2, APU battery, and let's get all our fuel pumps on, and immediately this looks pretty stunning. Like, this actually looks really good. This is all getting started up. We'll go up here and we'll get alignment on our navigation, and then let's go up top and let's get the APU started, and then we're going to do one of the new features in this game, which is the ability to actually do a walk around. Now, I was doing walk arounds in my old videos before it was cool. Now you can actually do it natively within Flight Simulator, so we'll start that there. We'll get the nav light on. And I think that's it for now. And you, sir, please can you actually set up the aircraft?
Nope.
Something tells me he's not going to. He's just going to be uselessly sat there. Anyway, right. Let's get outside and let's do the walk around. And here we are. We are outside the aircraft. This is ridiculous. Like, never has there ever been before in a flight sim game the ability to actually walk around properly, natively. There have been attempts with add-ons and things, but here we are outside the Qatar Airlines Airbus A330. I've got goosebumps. Anyway, in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024, you actually need to do a few things yourself. So let's have a look up here. We've got that thing there. Not sure what that is, but some kind of cover for the instruments. Maybe that's the AOA, angle of attack indicator. We're not going to open the door just yet because that's how we get inside. Let's take these covers off and let's have a look inside this absolutely gargantuan GE6 engine. That looks cool, and look at the way the light changes when you walk around. Absolutely stunning. I'm going to walk underneath here. Say hello to that mate. What's going on, bro? Nope, nothing. And the torch. There's a torch when you're in the dark. This is cool and further magnifies how incredible this game is, and the graphics are actually insane. You can see the bits of dirt there. Looking at the tires, they look, oh wow, look at that. This bit there is actually depressed or deformed, showing that it's pushing into the ground, and the ground handling in this game is definitely an improvement. And yes, this livery is looking a bit dirty, but it's obviously getting used. These Qataris are flying around all the time, and I'm sounding very Australian there, but anyway, let's have a look at the tires. So you do actually have to do certain things, so click that. There we go. We've said that looks okay. Tire looks a bit flat to me, but oh, I've just got rid of the chocks, which we kind of need to do anyway. Look in here as well. It looks pretty good. Oh, you know what? Let's not be rude. We are new here, so let's go and say hello to this chap here. What is going, brother? I mean, sister, not brother. You know what? This actually looks pretty good. Like, not as scary as the GSX people. Anyway, wow. Coming back to the tail, and we can see the APU haze. An old school 757 and 757 Boeing house livery, which is weird. Good morning, sister. How's it going? Yep. Blanked. These guys are just patiently waiting, I guess. If you're in Qatar, you know what I mean. You gotta be in your best behavior. So, okay, back on the flight deck, and this guy has done absolutely nothing. Got to do everything ourselves. Okay, let's download our flight plan. And SimBrief flight plan is requested. Amazing that we can use SimBrief, makes life a lot easier. The native flight sim flight planning seems a bit complicated to me. I'm sure we'll get into that at some point in the future. Right, so we got a flight plan, OTH to OMDB. It's a very short flight, roughly about an hour. Look at our operational flight plan. We're going to go to flight level 210. Assumably, there won't be anything to stop us getting there. And it's going to be a ALSM 2 mic departure, 16 left. Let's get our payload sorted out. So SimBrief again. absolutely wonderful. We apply the load and we'll just go instant. So let's do our MICDO setup. So we'll clear that, clear that, clear that, clear this as well. Is the IRS aligned? It is. Why are our ground spoilers armed? Let's sort that out. We're going to go to initialization, init request for our flight plan. And there we go. That's the flight plan that we expected to see there. And we're going to put our block fuel in there and our zero fuel weight, as you can see. And then we will go to flight plan and we're going to select runway 16 left. So Alstom to Mike and insert, and we can see that coming up here on our ND navigational display. So constraint delete above cruise flight level. That's fine. And then what we're going to do is we might as well, because it's a short flight, just set up our arrival for Dubai. So it's going to be the Vute Bravo 3 Charlie for runway 30 left. Arrival, ILS 30 left, the Butte Bravo 3 Charlie, insert, and that is our flight all set up. Performance we need to sort out as well. So we'll get on here for takeoff. We will sync our performance. Is it the right runway? Runway 16 left, and we'll calculate. And that's going to be 27, 44, 45, flex 72. And then what you do is you then do send to FMGS and confirm data there. So we've got everything sorted out. And then let's toggle the pushback tug. Pushback is buggy as hell, but it's nothing compared to what you're going to see in the next few minutes. Okay, all right, so we are ready for pushback. We are going to just use the pushback tug here. Let's look up top. Seatbelt signs on, and no smoking signs on, and we'll get our APU bleed on as well, and then we'll get our beacon on, and we are ready to push back and start our engines. So after much trying and crying, I managed to get the pushback function to work, and I thought it was all going well until my Airbus A330 started to look a little bit different. Well, this is annoying. Why is there a 747 suddenly in my plane? All right, we are pushing back out of this Boeing 747 who's just randomly spawned here, but I ain't restarting this. I've mapped my throttles perfectly for this, so we're going to get the ignition mode to start, and we're going to start engine number 2. And that's a good start at engine number 2. We're going to start engine number 1 now. So engine number 1, perfect. And let's stop our pushback there. Perfecto, stop. And we'll get the parking brake set, which is super easy in the Throttle Tech Airbus throttle. It's amazing. And I don't know why this keeps happening. So when I keep jumping out and in, you get this restart procedure, which doesn't really make any sense. It's probably a little bit of a bug. Let's get flight directors on while we're at it. Flight directors on right and left. We will get our constraints on as well as the pushback truck is going away. And that stupid 747 that just pushed in front of me doesn't make any sense. Anyway, that's okay. We'll get the ignition mode to central. We're going to get our APU bleed off, our master off. We get our taxi light on, we get our wing light on for what it's worth, we get our strobe light to auto, and that all looks pretty good. And let's get flaps set to flaps number 1. Perfect, and time for a control check. We'll get flight controls up here, and we're gonna go full left, and neutral, and full right, and neutral, and we're going to go full forwards and neutral and full aft and neutral. We're going to go rudder to the right and then rudder to the left. Got our taxi lights on. We'll get auto brakes to max. Cabin we can check there, and then we can have a look at our spoilers, which we can arm on the amazing Throttle Tech, and we can get takeoff config. Takeoff config. Takeoff config. Okay, fine. Predicted wind shear mode. We can get to auto here. We'll get our transponder on as well. And I don't know why it won't let me test it. Let's go takeoff config. No, okay. Weird. Have I not? And we are going to apply just a touch of throttle. And we are moving. So annoyingly, I can't get the tiller to work, the function on here properly. So I've just had to use the rudder pedals. This certainly feels more convincing when you're taxiing on the ground. It feels like you're in a large aircraft that's moving on the ground, not like a kind of a car, which is kind of how it's felt historically. I don't know what I'm doing here. I'm really taxiing just across where I want. I suppose I am carrying the Qatari nationals. I can do what I want. As you can see, the outside is stunning. I don't know how they've done it, but they've managed to make this game even more good looking than it was before. Like Flight Sim 2020 was stunning, but this is honestly like an entirely new level. Okay then, we are getting ourselves ready to go on the runway. We're going to get our strobe lights to on, runway turn-off lights on, landing lights on, and we'll get our nose wheel light to take off. And that looks pretty good. Alright, it's time to take off. So, we're going to get our thrust to about 50% or 60% on this. Bit of nose down. Okay, fine. Manflex 72 SRS runway auto thrust blue, and we are on our way down the runway, tracking to keep centerline. Need to get the sensitivity sorted out on here a little bit better, but so far so good. 80 knots, bringing the side stick up to neutral, and we are going down. This just feels so smooth. It feels so smooth. Mind, I don't have motion active yet because they've not sorted out the software for it, but here we go. Rotate, gently bringing back on the stick, bringing that nose up, and we are airborne, and it feels like a big aircraft. Gear is coming up. Oh wow, this is stunning. And this bloke, I forgot he was still there, that actually kind of scared me. Anyway, we are nose up and we are flying towards Dubai. Oh, so let's bring that down and then climb thrust. Thrust climb, and flaps 1 speed check, and flaps 1 speed is checked, and we are on our way to Dubai. Okay, and we're going to try our turn to the left now. How does this feel? And just a bit of gentle left stick, and that feels like a big aircraft. Oh, I can't believe this. This is just... And the sounds are really good. Innerbuilds has done an amazing job with this thing. I can feel it already just by taking off. And let's disarm our ground spoilers, and we can get up top and we can get rid of our nose wheel light. And for now, that's good. Runway turn-off light can come off. And we are on our way. This feels different. It feels, dare I say, more like another certain simulator, which we won't mention today on this video, which is famously a bit better when it comes to physics. It definitely feels more like I'm flying, rather than I'm kind of going on rails. And we passed 10,000. We're going to get standard. I should have really checked what standard was in Qatar, but we'll just assume that's our standard there. And then we're going to go up top and we're going to get landing lights off and seatbelt signs to off. Here we are at flight level 210, and it is looking, I mean, it's just ocean, so I mean, there's not much to see, but it looks amazing, because even though there is just ocean, that I can't get used to this guy being there. He is just like completely, is that blood? The Innerbuilds A330 looks actually quite nice. Like the textures, I don't remember the A320 and MSFS looking this nice. I don't know whether they've just upped their game in terms of their texture design or whether it's the design of the game itself. But this flight deck looks amazing. Anyway, look, we've got roughly 80 Ks to run till we are descending towards Dubai. Till then, sit back, relax, and enjoy some crisp visuals of this wonderful ship. If you're enjoying this video, please feel free to like, subscribe, and leave a comment down below letting me know what you want me to do next in Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024. I'm thinking of doing some streaming soon, and if that's something you'd be interested in, I'd love to hear more. Now, let's be real, the launch of this game wasn't the best, but to be honest, they've really done a great job of creating something absolutely spectacular. Right then, back to the flight deck as we prepare ourselves for our arrival to Dubai. Alright, we are almost at top of descent. Time for a quick in-flight snack. The Qataris at the back are eating caviar. I myself am indulging in some tasty tubes, which is a crisp in Australia that I love. Some people want some fancy drinks. I have been provided with an apple juice box. So let's have a look. How far are we from top of descent? We are about 10 k's, which is kind of when I usually start it, just to be early and sure. We'll set it down to 10,000 initially, and then when you activate it before here, what happens is that the Airbus, and most Airbuses do this, they basically descend at 1,000 feet per minute until they intersect with the ideal glide path. As you can see there, that should settle on 1,000 feet per minute. Will it settle at 1,000 feet per minute? Is it going to overshoot? Is it going to stop there? Yeah, does what it should do. Okay, we are slowing down to 250 knots. We're getting a little bit behind, so I'm just going to help it along with a little bit of a speed brake. Let's just gently bring that bad boy out there to help slow us down a little bit quicker so we can get back on profile. And we are there. Let's stow that up. I actually can't wait to get on the VATSIM network in this game, because seeing like 1,000 A380s and 777s in a busy Dubai is going to be absolutely amazing. It's going to be amazing. Anyway, we are making our turn and we're coming up on our downwind leg, and we'll be turning base as soon as we get slow and low enough to do so. Should be able to see the airport on our right hand side, but instead all I can see is this guy's head. Let's go into approach mode. We're going to arm approach mode just so we can slow down. And just like that, we are getting down towards our green dot speed, which is our minimum clean, essentially the slowest we can fly without extending the flaps and slats. Okay, importantly, we are underneath the glide slope here, so actually at any point now we could probably just turn in, but we'll keep ourselves going down probably to about 2,500. Oh no, don't do that. There we go, setting at 2,500, and then we're going to enter a shortcut. We're going to get ourselves to Sedpo, get direct to Sedpo. That's done a little cut corner thing there, and we'll hit that, and we're going to start a lovely right hand turn. Speed brake still out. Oops, burning fuel. We need to be doing 185 knots, so we're going to go for flaps 1 speed check, which is going to slow us right down to our flaps 1 speed, which is our S speed. What do you mean your network connection is unstable? Oh, we're slowing down to our S speed, which is our flaps 1 speed, and when we get there we're going to get flaps 2 as well, but at least now we are below 185 knots. Okay, and then let's get flaps 2 out. Flaps 2 is selected, speed check. We're going to arm approach mode here, and we'll see when we pick up the localizer. You ready to land, mate? You having a good flight? He's having a good flight. Lock star, excellent. So we've just intercepted the localizer, and let's arm the speed brake. Alright, we can see that purple line, or purple triangle, diamond, descending down, which tells us that we're getting close to the kind of tippy top of our glide slope. Any moment now we should get glide slope star. So we'll get landing gear down, and we'll get flaps 3, and we'll look over to the overhead, and we're going to get our nose wheel light to take off. Runway turn off lights on. Oh, we still don't have the runway in sight just yet, but let's get flaps full before we get to 1,000 feet, so we are stabilized. Can we see the runway just yet? Oh, I'm gonna say that's... Yes, we have the runway in sight. And disconnecting our autopilot there. Beautiful. And before landing checklist, ECAM memo, landing no blue, and auto thrust is in speed mode. Landing checklist complete. Oh, this feels like a heavy plane. Bring the nose up a little bit there. Bit too much. Wow, look at the traffic. This is... And continue. We've got the runway in sight. We're going to land. Yes, this feels like a heavy plane. It doesn't respond like a little tiny thing. Right, here we go. Sterile cockpit, let's just be quiet and land.
100. 50. 40. 30.
And we are on the ground. That was okay. And we're going to get full reverse. And we're going to use the keyboard because I didn't map that properly. And welcome to Dubai International. So this game is not without its glitches. As you can see, there are no buildings in Dubai. Now, I didn't know this before I flew here. Otherwise, I probably would have chosen somewhere else. But this is what happens with a new game. This is what happens. You get somewhere and there are some glitches and quirks. Oh my days. This is... Okay, so it has a few teething issues. Dubai Airway ain't looking so flash. The Qataris aren't going to be... Hey, is there a plane there? There is a plane there. I just didn't see it. What even is that? Alright, fine. We are parked up. Let's get the parking brake on. Welcome to Dubai. Now, if you guys enjoyed watching this video, please like, subscribe, comment down below about what you want to see next. Till next time, see you later.